Hey everybody, it's Jason from Outcome COO. I know I saw a lot of you at the conference, and for those of you that I didn't get to see there or that weren't able to attend, I encourage you to try to sign up for the one next year in Kansas City. It is a blast. So a couple of my really key takeaways. I took tons of notes and met with some awesome people, but I think some of the highlights for me were hearing Gino talk about how he had the 10-year run with EOS, where it was like really in the meat of it, growing his company and EOS by 40% year over year was really incredible. And then I got the opportunity to talk to Mark a little while later about the continued growth of EOS, and that's at a 35% year over year growth rate for the last 7 or so years. Just remarkable growth, and it's inspiring to hear their stories, but it's also inspiring to know how many other entrepreneurs and lives are being affected by, of course, that growth, but that means there's so many other people benefiting from some of the great things about EOS. Love hearing that. Important, the great relationships in the community. I went to my first conference 5 years ago, and I met some people, and we've been friends ever since. In some cases, we've worked together. In some cases, we worked together, and then we didn't work together, and now we're working together again. So just the friends and the relationship, and beyond that, the community is just really, really incredible. I mean, so much of the help first and abundance mindset is just all over, and it's really wonderful to see so many great people trying to help each other out and helping each other out, and just so many visions are being discovered and realized. So that was awesome. Another thing that was really cool was that there's a lot of entrepreneurs just doing some really cool stuff, learning more about the businesses that they're running and how they're running the businesses. Sometimes it's a relatively ordinary business, but they're achieving remarkable results because of some of the things that they discovered by having a 10-year plan and setting annual goals and working through rocks and conquering issues that come up instead of living with them. It was just really cool to hear some of those stories and know that there's people out there just doing some amazing things every day. Also, as an integrator, but the visionary of Outcome COO, I always have a sweet place in my heart for integrators, and I met so many incredible integrators there. I remember one of the first times, this is probably almost 10 years ago, when I read Traction, there was, I think, a statistic in there about there's like one integrator to every 4 visionaries. I don't know if that's changing, if maybe there's a lot more visionaries now too, but there certainly seem to be a lot more integrators, and there's several communities that are sparking up. Like, there's Authentic has a Lyft community, there's the Fem Network, Wolf's Edge and Catalyst have a great firms that they're working together, and the integrator community is really starting to pull together, help each other out, learn from one another, share experiences, and I think that's going to be great. Of course, not only for the integrators, but for all of the leadership teams that we sit on, as well as the visionaries that have the visions, that have invited us into their companies to help them achieve that vision. Really great stuff going on in the integrator community. There were a lot of great speakers. There were so many great speakers. It was hard sometimes to choose which one to go to. For me, I took a lot away from a particular talk about AI and learned a lot more about how we could better use that within our company and the clients that we support. There was a really terrific one about exit planning. In fact, they have if you need more information about it, just email me, but they have a cool 101 rocks to an exit. So they're obviously structured around EOS. They get it, and they know that there's a lot of work to be done. And myself, having helped 4 entrepreneurs go through exits, I know that it's a lot of work, and I don't know if it was 101 rocks, but it was sure a lot of work. The other one was there's some really novel ways to attract data in a way that can help your teams work with it more. As integrators, most of us are very familiar with data, and we are analyzing it and leveraging the power of it to help the organizations, leadership teams, and the entrepreneurs. But the more we can sort of democratize the data and have data that's helpful to people doing their jobs, not annoying or seen as some sort of measure of how good or maybe not good they're doing, but how it can help every one of us in a lot of cases and do our jobs better and more effectively, know where we should be focused and where it might not be as important to focus our energy. That was a really cool talk as well. Most importantly, I got to spend 3 days with a group of people that are truly amazing. Entrepreneurs, and the folks that support them are, as we all know, the backbone of America, and our businesses all contribute to our communities. They help our teams grow professionally. They help them build families and continue to build that community. It's just really cool to be part of that and to see that there are so many people out there crushing it. Sometimes when you get into the day-to-day, it feels, why are we doing this? Or isn't there a better way? Or isn't there an easier way? But the reality is this is tough. We all know that. But there's a lot of people out there doing really great, and they're still living the EOS life, which means they're having fun. They have time to do other things outside of just working. So they're getting and realizing all this success, but they're still able to live a life, have fun, be with family and friends, and not just work all day, every day, grinding it out to an end that may not be all that desirable. My takeaways from the conference were all positive. I already can't wait to go to our next conference in Kansas City. I look forward to bringing more members of our team to the conference because I think it's super powerful. And I want to make sure that we're out there and we're able to help and contribute to the community as much as we can. I look forward to seeing everybody in Kansas City. Hopefully I'll see a lot of people before that, but if not, definitely hit me up and let's get together in Kansas City next year. And if you guys have any questions or if you want to talk and share your experiences at the conference, please reach out to me at jason@outcomecoo.com or pop on our website or jump on LinkedIn and search for me, Jason Prentice. Again, at Outcomes, you'll find me, and I look forward to continuing to embody the spirit of the conference and really leveraging the help first mindset. So thanks a lot, and I will talk to you soon.